guys, it's Nasty here, and I'm going to teach you how to do your very own FireCape. Alright, this is probably going to be one of the best guides around because I'm actually commentary. I'm going to tell you through like every single key round how to kill each monster and the ways to lure. Right, now first up, I'm not saying this is the best way to do FireCapes, but it's the way I do it and it never fails, so it's up to you to take my advice or not. I'm just here to help. Right then, gear I'd say you want to try and get, you can use any sort of ranged weapon you want. You can use a magic short bow with rune arrows, you can use crystal bow like I am, you can use a crossbow with any bolts of your choice, preferably diamond bolts, but they're quite expensive. Yeah, you want gear, you want to try and get as much prayer bonus with a good balance of range bonus as you can. Now I've got a trim skill cape because of the prayer bonus, got a Vax helm because of defense bonus as well, and it's got prayer bonus. It's just a great all-round helm. I've got a skirt with me as well for prayer bonus. You want to try and get at least 12 plus prayer bonus, so you've got enough restores to jab. I've got ranger boots, archer's ring, a Furion because it's got great stats, and you can use black d'hide if you want, but I prefer Carol's just because it's got slightly more mage defense. It doesn't really matter, but if you get a prayer run on Jad, it could help. I don't really know. Right, I take 6 brews, 2 range pots. Most people would take Guthans or slightly less brews or only 1 range pot. That's what I would say to take. If you're nervous about doing FireCapes, then 6 brews is good because you've got enough brews there to last you quite a while. Anyway, also range pots. If your range is low, I mean like mine's only 91, that's quite high considering. My first cape I did at 74 range, so, and I've never ever changed the inventory. But yeah, and then you want the rest of your inventory restores, so I've got an extra crystal bow for Jad because I use that whole crystal bow. I think it gets to about 2 out of 10 by the time I get to Jad, and then I've got a brand new crystal bow to kill Jad with, which will be on a fairly decent range bonus. So yeah, let's get going. Alright, so we're talking stats. What I'd recommend for your FireCape attempt is at least 70 defense for barrows, and at least 75 plus range. I'd say at least 43 prayer, I think it is. Hang on. Alright, at least 40 prayer, so most people have over that by the time they're 70 defense and 75 range anyway. It can be done with lower stats, but that's what I recommend if you want to use the same sort of style of gear as what I've got on and not get absolutely raped. Alright? Okay. You're walking on the north side. And the rocks you want to stay by until you get to like the double 360s is this rock right here. It's just to the north and it's a really good place to lure, and for some reason I can't run and I don't know why. Right. There we go. Now they've got a wave indicator there as well that tells you what wave you're on, which is very handy if you're not quite sure. Because I used to get lost on what wave I was on, and then all of a sudden I'd be at Jab and it would go like, whoa. So now we've got that, it's quite good to have. Right, these level 22s, throughout every single kill, unless you can lure them out of the way so they can't touch you, they are the most important thing you have to kill. They take away 1 prayer every time they hit a 0 on you. So they've just taken away 2 prayer off me there, because they hit me 2 zeros. Alright, wave 3. You'll get a level 45 now. And the thing about these level 45s, if you melee them, they will hit you 1 damage every time a melee weapon hits them, so it's always good to range fight caves for that reason. Also, once you've killed them, they've got a second form where they split into 2 level 22s. The level 22s are not like the previous ones, they don't take away your prayer, but they can still be a pain in the ass and hit you quite well, but they're not really much of a threat. Alright, I'll now teach you how to lure on the North Rock. I would say it's the best place for me personally. I mean, a lot of people prefer to use Italy Rock, but in my opinion that's a lot slower. So yeah. The best place to run, usually they've just spawned to the right, just up here. They spawned there when I was stood in that back corner, so you can run round and lure them there, which is quite handy. But usually I'd run down into that bottom corner, and I'll show you how I do it when I kill this. When I kill these 3 to finish the round. Right, so the wave started and I'm stood here. I always run down into this corner and I'll show you exactly why when the monsters get close to me. The white dot walking around, the 2 level 45s, they can't walk down there. They get stuck on that corner, which is a really good place, because then you've got nothing attacking you, and you can always keep the front one there and then kill what's ever behind it, so you take minimum amount of damage each time. I think that you get the level 90s, and the level 90s are a big threat because they really do hit well. So if you've got a barrack skirt switch like I have, I usually put it on to kill the level 90s with, so I've got as much range defense bonus as possible. And I tend to run right down into the corner as well to get them as close to the rock as possible, and then run back and kill them. You see, he's already taken quite a bit of damage on me. That's quite a lot considering. Now for every single 180 on the way to Jad, apart from the double 180s, you can lure them here, and it's perfect for killing everything else. I always kill these things last because they're so easy. So a perfect example of the 180. He's walked down first and he's left the 2 level 22s behind him, so I can kill the 2 level 22s without them taking any of my prayer. So all's good. Right, if you've got to wave 30 and you've used less supplies than me or about the same, then you're doing pretty well. Next up you'll have the 2 level 180s, which you can lure in the same way as usual. And then this is a pretty easy round. So yeah, as soon as the 180 is dead, pray mage and level 360 should spawn, and you'll see its mage attacks come at you, like so. Right, wave 31. Your best bet is to lure it so it's closer to the rocks, you haven't got to run out. See, the mage attack has hit me. Now without praying mage, they can hit constant 40s. So say if they hit you like a 40, by the time you flicked your mage prayer on, the next hit is still going to hit because it's a mage attack and it's got the travelling time. So yeah, just make sure you pray mage at the very end of round 30, so you're ready for 31. Right then, if you've just about to finish this round, the next round means you're 2 waves away from Jad. So for this we need to go over to what they call the Italy rock, because it's shaped a bit like Italy, obviously. Right, so I'm at Italy rock. I've got a 180 there, which I've just lured, and there should be another 180 and a 360 to come. Right then, once the 2 180s are out of the way, you've then got one last round before Jad. Now this round is incredibly easy. It's 2 360s, all you need to do is just pray mage. Right, once the 1 360 is out of the way, move down this way a little bit more, and then get this next 360 to about 3/4 HP. Do not kill it, because Jad's next, so you want to be able to have time to pot up and sort your inventory out and everything, so do not kill this one. Get it down to about 3/4 HP, and then I'll tell you what to do next.